does Aaron Rodgers really want out of Green Bay, or is this all a power play to put it nicely, to get rid of the one man that he despises the most in the Green Bay front office, General Manager Brian Gutekunst of the Green Bay Packers? Well, I guess we'll find out. But if there's a sliver of hope for Green Bay Packers fans, well, I guess we're going to find out. Roll the clip.
Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah, here comes the.
What is going on, y'all? If you're new to this channel, if you haven't already, be sure to show our brothers some love, man. Hit that subscribe button, join the family, join the team. Be sure to also drop us a like, drop a comment if you enjoyed. And for all things SteezyBandz and for the latest in the sports world, well, be sure to keep up with us on all social media platforms at SteezyBandz. Now, without further ado, you're tuning to SteezyBandz, and let's get to cooking. As has been reported ad nauseum the last couple of days, well, it seems like Aaron Rodgers wants out of Green Bay, and he isn't too thrilled that news has leaked that he wants out of Green Bay, or he wants changes to be made in Green Bay if he's to come back for the upcoming season. Weird, isn't it? It's not every year an NFL MVP is coming off a season in which he won MVP, posted the best season of his career at 37 years old, and seemingly is on his way out of the very team that he just won MVP with. 2 straight 13-3 seasons, 2 straight NFC Championship game appearances. Well, I don't know about you, but if I'm General Manager Brian Gutekunst, well, the least that I could do is give my MVP a contract extension. I mean, come on, what are you doing, my guy? After the season, Aaron Rodgers and his camp approached you about a contract extension. Not only did you rebuff it, well, you counteracted with a restructuring of the contract? Are you serious? I get it. He's 37 years old. I get it. You took his backup or his replacement last season by trading up in the first round to take raw quarterback Jordan Love. But because he is coming off an MVP season, well, that changes things a little bit. And not only has the disrespect taken place in the draft, and ironically enough, well, the Packers not only slapped Aaron Rodgers in the face by taking Jordan Love and not letting him know beforehand, well, Aaron Rodgers ironically did the same by waiting until the first day of the NFL draft to kind of leak the news that, Aaron Rodgers might want out of Green Bay. While that is ironic, Aaron Rodgers is a very calculated person, a very calculated quarterback, and a very calculated individual, and so it is not a surprise at all. And the fact that he's waited this long in the offseason to announce that, or to leak rumors that he wants out of Green Bay, well, this can only mean one thing, that he truly wants out of Green Bay. And if the Packers aren't willing to choose him over General Manager Brian Gutekunst, well, then they're essentially toast, because this is gonna go nowhere. Just like with the Seattle saga, while no one, or I didn't personally anticipate a Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll divorce, I simply said that if it came down to it, Russell Wilson over Pete Carroll. And in this situation, in this instance, I don't see it being any different. It should be Aaron Rodgers over Brian Gutekunst. If that's truly the case, if that's really the only thing that's ailing the relationship between Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, well, fire Brian Gutekunst now. No offense to him, and I feel deeply sorry because he did start from the ground up in 1998. He was a rookie, or he was a scout for the franchise, and he worked his way up. And in 2018, just a couple of years ago, he was named the GM, and so far he's done a very good job. Given the fact that the Packers are a very frugal franchise, well, while they've bended the rules a little bit by their standards, they haven't done nearly enough for Aaron Rodgers. When you look at the fact that the Buccaneers are catering to Tom Brady, the Chiefs are catering to Patrick Mahomes, well, what do those two teams have in common? Well, they're appearing in Super Bowls, they're winning football games, and they're led by some of the best quarterbacks in the game. Now, Aaron Rodgers definitely deserves to be one of the, not even deserves, he is one of the best in the game, as is Russell Wilson with the Seattle Seahawks. And with that being said, you got to cater to your quarterback. Well, is drafting 9 defensive players in the last 10 years in the first round an indicative sign of catering to your quarterback? Or is that indicative of a team catering to its quarterback? What about when the one offensive player that the team has drafted in the first round in the last 10 seasons has been the replacement quarterback for you? Is that helping a franchise quarterback at all? And I understand they've had Devontae Adams, who's been one of the best receivers in football, but he struggled to stay healthy, especially early in his career. And yes, Aaron Rodgers has had talent. Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb, Greg Jennings. He had an older Donald Driver. He's had talent at receiver. Jermichael Finley at tight end, among others. But when you start to build for the future, and you also simultaneously say that, oh, we're committed to Aaron this season and beyond. Well, the two things just don't really add up. Not when you trade up for a quarterback in the first round to take a Jordan Love, but you also take a running back, AJ Dillon, in the second round, who you don't even plan on using because you just re-signed Aaron Jones to a 4-year contract early this offseason. And so while it seemed like they were building for the future because of the season that Aaron Rodgers and the Packers had, well, it seems like the Packers don't know what to do. But at the end of it all, they're either going to have to do, like I said, choose between Aaron Rodgers and Brian Gutekunst, if that's what it comes down to, or they're going to have to trade Aaron Rodgers because, let's face it, it is the inevitable. And if he's not happy in Green Bay, well, might as well ship him out, get what you can now. While he's not a Deshaun Watson, he's not in his 20s, he is 37 years old. He still has at least another 5 to 6 years left of good, solid football in him. And it wasn't even last year in which the Packers adamantly slapped him in the face and disrespected him. The disrespect has been going back for years. Keep in mind, a couple of years ago, when the Packers hired Matt LaFleur from the Tennessee Titans, I don't think Aaron Rodgers was consulted of that decision. Wondering why Matt LaFleur, or how he had the credentials to land the job, and while the last couple of seasons has showed why he's capable of the job, well, that wasn't Aaron Rodgers' choice. Remember when he walked into the front office, had that conversation with Gutekunst and the rest of the front office, and he was effectively shut down? He was told to mind his business, to let his play on the field, do the talking. He was told to essentially mind his own business. He was told to do his job and let the front office do their job. Well, that to me sounds like another slap in the face. Not only that, in Aaron Rodgers' 5 appearances in the NFC Championship game, he's 1-4. They haven't won a Super Bowl in over a decade. 2010 was their last appearance and victory. Not only that, early this offseason, they let one of the best centers in all of football, and Corey Linsley, go to the LA Chargers for a 5-year, $60 million deal. That, to me, while it wasn't exorbitant money, it's not like the Packers couldn't afford that. They could have restructured contracts on their current roster. They could have used a proverbial credit card and added voidable years to other contracts. But no, instead, they let one of the best centers in all of football leave on a somewhat affordable contract. And like I said, the Packers are a frugal franchise, but to keep your quarterback happy, to appease to your MVP quarterback, well, you re-sign one of the best centers in the game. Not only that, in the NFC Championship game, they didn't put the ball in Aaron Rodgers' hands. He assumed that he had 4 downs, but on that critical 4th and goal, well, Matt LaFleur pulled out the field goal unit, kicked the field goal, and essentially relied on his defense instead of relying on his NFL MVP quarterback. And so the disrespect has gone on long enough for one of the baddest men in all of football, in Aaron Rodgers, and that disrespect is no longer going to hold up. With that being said, the chances of him being traded before June 1st are highly unlikely, seeing as how the Packers are set to incur a $38+ million dead cap hit if he were to be traded before June 1st. And so that's not very likely to happen. And what's also unlikely to happen is a trade to an NFC team. I just don't see the Packers doing business with another NFC team. It seems like they have their quarterback of the future, and so I don't think that another quarterback has to be a part of the deal, but I do see a lot of draft capital having to be a part of the deal. And with that being said, this is just me throwing something out there, but I think the Denver Broncos would be a perfect fit for Aaron Rodgers, seeing as how they passed on a quarterback and instead drafted Patrick Surtain at number 9 overall. And this is not a knock on Patrick Surtain whatsoever. He's one of the best corners, if not the best corner in this year's draft class, but they had an opportunity to draft a Justin Fields. They had an opportunity to draft a Mac Jones, and instead they passed up on it. So who knows? Maybe they know something that we don't know, but one of the things that I'm hearing is that Aaron Rodgers one of Aaron Rodgers' appeals to Denver is the fact that he could have free reign in that offense over the team. John Elway would give him the keys to essentially the franchise, something that the Packers have, for some weird reason, refused to do in the last couple of seasons. And so the disrespect has gone on for far too long. Brian Gutekunst, it's either you're out of here or Aaron Rodgers out of here. Again, you got to ride with the franchise quarterback, as they're more indicative of any team's success than a GM, and it's no disrespect to any of the great GMs that have come before us in the NFL, but in today's NFL, you need an MVP quarterback over an MVP GM. Now, if Aaron Rodgers was to be traded after June 1st, well, the cap hit would be a little less. The Packers would save about $22 million in cap space, and in the next season, the Packers would only incur about a $22 million. Now, if traded after June 1st, well, the Packers wouldn't take so much against the cap, and they would actually save some money, and so they'd be better off doing so if they were going to trade Aaron Rodgers after June 1st, but we'll really see. The Packers are sounding like they're holding firm in their inability or desire not to trade Aaron Rodgers, but let's face it, the inevitable is the inevitable. It's going to have to happen at some point, and the Denver Broncos, I'm looking at you. Y'all better step up to the plate because you need a quarterback. That being said, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Am I tripping? Does Aaron Rodgers truly want out of Green Bay? Or do you guys see a scenario in which Aaron Rodgers stays in Green Bay? Let me know what you guys think. Let me also know what you guys think about what team best fits Aaron Rodgers. Put that down in the comments below. Again, while that concludes this video, you don't have to stop watching there. We have loads of other content on our social medias. We have a whole bunch of other podcasts, collaborations, and guest show appearances on our channel homepage. Be sure to check that out. And also be sure to comment below. Give us any video ideas that you guys might want to see in the future. Nothing but love, and Steezy out.